No, I mean, ads are actually a big part of our income, so if you do watch the channel a lot, but you use the ad block, do consider whitelisting us perhaps. It'll just go a long way towards helping us out. With that said, it is time for our other semi-final, second semi-final right here, soO versus soO. You guys ready for some ZvZ? I want to hear you guys going wild in the chat. We've had a very calm chat for the last week or so since I got back from Katowice, which is about a week ago today. So I want to start hearing from you guys. What's up? What's going on? How you all feeling? Who you cheering for? What you're excited for maybe in the ZvZ? I know a lot of you like ZvZ falling asleep, but I know a lot of you guys will appreciate that. ZvZ can be a pretty spectacular matchup nowadays as well. It's so technical, the different compositions you can see. Roach Ravager, Muta Switches. Do you play with Hydras? Do you go Lurkers? How do you fight against that? Do you get a Hive up? Do you play the Ultras late game? There's so much going on in ZvZ nowadays. It's a very interesting matchup that is much more than the Roach Roars that everyone seems to make it out to be. So, let me know what you're thinking. Let me know who you're cheering for in this best of 5. Let me know who you want to see taking on Gumiho in our grand finals of the WardiTV Weekly Season 1 Finals. Grand Final. To the top left-hand side, he was the victor of the first and second WardiTV Weekly, taking down players such as Björn and many, many others in the process. He is soO. And he plays against the red Zerg to the bottom right-hand side of the map from Splice. Give it up for soO. So do let us know what you're thinking, guys. Of course, very happy to have been able to bring you this series throughout the last few months, the Season 1 of the WardiTV Weekly. We will be looking to launch Season 2 at some point. Of course, we'll probably take a bit of downtime, especially with so many Korean events happening lately or in the near future. We've got, for example, lots of base trade TV Star Leagues the next week or two. We've got a lot of Elimo Leagues. There's VSL coming up. There's Star League SSL coming up. So we might take a little bit of downtime until we can figure out when there is a little bit of time to actually make something happen and to get Season 2 rolling. But Season 2 will come eventually. And of course, to make sure that happens, do make sure you check out the Matcherino page, our sponsor page, and the rest. The more you guys check that out, the better it's going to be. 5 Amateur Epi35 for the 9-month resub coming on in as we do now start maybe talking a bit about this game. Similar openings so far. Both of them going for an opening here where they just get the hatch early, then pool hatch gas. And so going into the Zergling speeds now. soO with a bit of a faster third base. He did make 6 Zerglings early, didn't do much with them. They actually ran up the right-hand side and passed the Zergling 2 of soO. So he saw this coming, and he knew what was happening. I'm banging my head on my desk in excitement, says Surgic25. I love it. That's what I want to hear. Banging your heads on the desk, whatever it takes, whatever is exciting for you. If banging your head on the desk is how you get excited, then that's what I want right now as we set up into this first game still, of course, of the second best of 5. Can we see a series that takes more than like 20 minutes today? We've seen so many quick series. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. Why do we only have mirror matchups? Because the players that advanced just made it mirror matchups in the semi-finals. But we will have a ZVT final. Gumiho waiting for the winner of this Zerg versus Zerg. soO ZvZ on point today, apparently, taking down Dark in the round of 8. That was not broadcast, of course, guys. But we will do our best to maybe grab those replays. We might even cast soO versus Dark after the finals, just to bring you guys like an extra game, you know, just to bring you guys an extra series. If we can get our hands on those replays, we'll ask soO if you could maybe send those over for us. As we do see, +1 missile starting up from soO, but the soO build, a lot of Lings and +1 Carapace as well. And is soO prepared? Well, I don't really think so. Roach Roaring isn't finished. He doesn't have many Lings at all. And soO's going to run on in right away. He doesn't even need that Carapace upgrade as he's going to start surrounding. soO still on a 10-worker lead despite already losing 6 or 7. And we're going to be seeing these Lings, though, will continue to fight as well. soO just has to turn and fight with his drones. Now his own Lings come across the map, and this will help him to clean it up. But more Lings coming across from soO. And perhaps soO has just caught soO a little bit too off guard right here. Yes, he has. GG. soO takes game number 1 to win the first 2. So soO definitely one of the higher ranked players coming into this based on the WardiTV weeklies. Now 1-0 up and 2 maps away from a grand final against Gumiho here today. Bottom right hand side, our blue Zerg player, give it up if you're going to be cheering on soO. In second game. Up by 1, let's see if you can make it 2. As to the bottom left hand side, it is going to be our red Zerg player from Splice. It is soO. Man, I'm scared to sort of talk about anything other than StarCraft now in the intro to this one, because the games keep ending so quickly that it feels like I barely even talk about the game before they end. So let's let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if we can get a game that does go a little bit longer this time around. Hatchery first will be a nice little way to start things up here. From both players will be suggestive that we might see a bit of a longer game. But of course, you can still see link floods of hatch first and so much more. As we're going to be seeing the, well, a couple of overlords moving towards each other in the center. Of course, going to see a little bit of an overlord kiss here in the early stages on Newkirk. As players just start to position these to see, again, what's going on. Get them to the other side of the map and see what's going on. Not quite kissing, just a brush of the cheek from each of these overlords. There's a couple of drones on the way up from either side. We're going to be seeing the spawning pool building as well. Hatchery on the way in the natural expansion from both also. And still just setting up into this and looking to see what might happen throughout these early first minutes of the game. Man, it's kind of crazy because actually, for example, in Group D, we had some really long games in the group. In fact, all of the group stages were pretty long games, you know. I think this is really the first day of this tournament where we're seeing a lot of very short games and a lot of very short series as well. It's a little bit of a shame that it happens in the playoffs, but hey, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you got to have those days. Let's see how it goes. Again, I mean, we're lined up for pretty sick finals. I don't think Gumiho is going to make for some very short TVZs unless he just harasses his opponent to death like he did to Snoot. But we shall see. We shall see. Overlords just passing each other by through the top side. Overlord from soO moving in towards the natural. A few Zerg and some soO just going to move out as well and move in towards the middle to look to see what else is happening. So again, so far, nothing really too crazy. Nice and standard, and I mean, we look at the last game, it was a pool first, a little bit safe from both players. They both tried to sneak a couple lings around the side, so a few more of them. This time, there's only 4 lings apiece, and they're both going to kind of back away from a fight. Ling fights are very difficult to micro and come out on top of, so, you know, why take the gamble of fighting if you don't need to, basically. I mean, they'll both pressure in and, you know, threaten to attack, and you will see soO moving his way towards this hatchery, which will maybe force soO to come and react to this. I mean, a little bit of damage now, you never know. I always say this, but you do never know when the last couple of hit points on the hatchery might make the difference going forwards. A few Zerglings from soO again helping to push that back. 12 lings, 14 lings currently building on either side, so actually both of them going to be looking to get enough Zerglings up to both be aggressive and also, of course, then at the same time defend their own third bases. So setting up against this, so we're going to be seeing the few lings continue to just run away to the sides here. And there's that Rotoron on the way up from soO in the back of this mineral line. So Rotoron on the way up from soO. A lot more Zerglings coming out here from soO actually as he comes coming across, but soO actually already has a lot of lings and he's continuing to build more. No Bane Nest in the game for either player, so it really is just Ling War for now, although soO has got that Rotoron on the way. He's getting ready to make some roaches here and transitioning towards what will be a bit of a sturdier mid-game for himself, whereas soO is still just spamming Zerglings. Well, you might expect soO at this point in the game to start making drones as he starts to chase soO across the map. He's still making lings and he just wants to be super aggressive. Will drop down the Rotoron. I mean, he's only 4 workers behind, so I guess soO as well has also been making, you know, just a lot of Zerglings all the way through. And as we're going to be seeing both players just looking to do skirmish here once again towards the center. Just slight advantage to soO then, just again because he's had a few extra drones throughout, and he should have enough to defend this here anyways. You see the players dancing back and forth towards the third base. Here we go. soO gets the better wraparound here and will start to win out this fight initially, but as reinforcements and queens come in especially, he will not be able to stick around. He does have to back away himself. So soO starts to back off right now, backing away over to this left-hand side of the map where he does have his own Rotoron up. He's actually droning heavily himself. 6 more workers will take him into actually up to a 10-worker lead as soO spams out the Zerglings. Now soO does have the ability to make some roaches now, and he might want to start making those, stack them up together against this wave of Zerglings that's about to strike. As we see soO, 12 army supply advantages. soO gonna have enough to defend this right here. His first queen taking some shots. He's trying to pull it backwards. It's kind of staying alive. Looks as though it will just about live, but not for too much longer there. It does go down, and now soO is just wrecking this red base, right? I mean, drones are going down. soO is starting to get a couple of roaches up, but of course on their own, when they can be surrounded so easily, they're just going to drop so quickly. GG. And soO is going to take game number 2. Let's go in game. Let's see what's going to happen. I don't know if we will. I don't believe it. There's a pool already down on the map. Top left-hand side of the map, the blue Zerg player. Give it up for soO. He's going up against the 12 pool of Solar to the bottom left in the pink from Splice. Oh my god. What's going on today? These players are just playing like Beyond vs Innovation was super fast. So Beyond Innovation was super fast. Solar soO is going super fast. Innovation Gumiho was super fast. Statsu was a bit lengthier, but still pretty quick actually. I mean overall as a series. And then Gumiho was really quick as well. What on earth is happening to us today? It's crazy. It's just crazy, honestly. It's insane how quickly all of this is going, so... Pretty ridiculous. Anyways, let's continue on. See what's going to happen. Someone's lagging out. Barcode. I think that's our Chinese observer. I think. Alright, so a couple of moments here. He's going to drop and we'll be back into this. It looks as though he's actually not even going to drop. It looks as though he's going to be okay. Alright, so we're back in and it is going to be, as the 12 pool starts on up, Solar starting to head out onto the map. Is this over? Let's see the first link though. I don't think so. I think soO would be responding with more units already if he saw it. But soO did open gas pool hatch, which means that, well, he will have link production open to him nice and quickly. Oh no, Solar doesn't know where his opponent is. He's going to find him now. Okay, so he's going to start going top left. One circle arrives already, and let's see what Solar can do with this 12 pool. He has got his own hatchery on the way up. He's still making links now going back into drones. Let's see if the 12 links he's got so far, we'll be able to find some value as he checks the main. Has a little bit of a look around to see what's going to happen. Here we go, jumping back on towards this hatchery then. Some damage will start to be done, and a couple of Zerglings here. Going to be trying to help out. Maybe our observer was just, maybe the Chinese caster was just disconnecting to try and make the games a bit longer. Maybe that's what it is. As we are going to see this hatchery. Looking as though it's probably going to go down. Drones and Lings pull in the queen too, but killing the hatchery is one of the big goals here from Solar. Doesn't get any drones, but killing the hatch puts his own hatch ahead of time in the production tab, and that's going to help him out. Alright, a few seconds from soO, just going to back away in towards the natural here. And I'm just going to be seeing the, again, a few seconds from Solar, just again, seeing if he can get a little bit more done right now. And as we have the Bane Nest finishing up from soO in a moment or so, he will have link speed. That's one of the big advantages that soO will hold. He has gas and Solar does not. You can actually see him making more lings. He's going to catch these few slow lings to Solar out the front already. Solar's starting to build a spine crawler. He might be in trouble, Solar, you know? There's a lot of lings coming forward. He's going to have a queen surrounded because he's out of position. Oh no, Solar is in trouble as soO pushes through. Spinecrawler will die as well, has to cancel it. Solar up 26 to 17 workers, but there's the Banelings. What's the answer to the Banelings? Just good micro, good target firing from the Queens, I think, which is of course not easy to do. You're going to see those Lings threatening to run around, going to come in towards the middle line again. Solar may have to pull his drones away as soO on the counterattack is looking good so far. Queens have to target these Banes right now. Gets one. Needs to get rid of the other ones as well, though. He needs more Lings as well to fight Banes to continue to come on in. It's okay connections and Lings are left over as Solar types out GG. Not even 4 minutes. Not even 4 minutes. And soO has shut down out of a semi-final.